Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is called Through the Looking Glass, a Burning Man experience. Allow me to paint you a picture. The sun cracks the horizon, and you're coaxed out of sleep by the distant, rhythmic pulse of a nameless bass drum and the scent of bacon your neighbor's cooking on a portable camp stove. Emerging to the crisp desert morning, glowing pink and purple in the rising sun, everything seems surreal. And you realize that no amount of preparation could have readied you for the experience at hand. You strap on your boots and jump on your bicycle, which is covered with faux fur and pink and green flashing lights. The fur warms your skin, and you think back to the night before. You're still wearing the Alice in Wonderland dress, and for a second, you question if you haven't actually fallen through the looking glass. There was yoga class in the temple, the mask-making workshop, wrestling camp where you wrestled a man and fell in love. There was the fire spinners. There were bunnies and naked pub crawls, Swedish saunas and zombie mobiles, fish cover bands and drinking challenges, dance clubs and awesome people with hard accents, mutant buses with so many speakers they looked like giant steaks about to flip over Fred Flintstone's car. And you realize that you're a brightly colored fish in a day-glow sea, and in a dusty menagerie of creativity, art, love, and hugs. And that was only day one. I've been to Burning Man 2 times, and each time was a transcendent experience. Definitely some of the most amazing times of my life. No matter who you are, Burning Man could enrich your life with art and camaraderie. It taught me acceptance of others and enlightened me to a global consciousness mentality. I chose this topic because I'm passionate about the transformative experience of Burning Man and want to inform people on the origins, the organization, and the lasting effects Burning Man has had on the world. So let's talk about the beginnings of Burning Man. In the year 1986, during the summer solstice, 2 friends named Larry Harvey and Jerry James spontaneously decided to burn an 8-foot-tall effigy of a man on Baker Beach in San Francisco. There were 35 people in attendance. 5 years later, they moved the festival, or then it was just a party, to Nevada, to the Black Rock Desert. 30 years later, this past year, 2016, there were 70,000 people in attendance of the Burning Man Festival. And I guarantee you, that night in 1986, nobody even had a clue of how huge, what a behemoth this festival would become. So let's talk a little bit about the organization of Burning Man. The festival creates a temporary city called Black Rock City. It has its own gift-based economy, streets, an airport, a newspaper, a radio station, a police force, and its own DMV, which stands for Department of Mutant Vehicles. It's arranged in a series of concentric semicircles. In the very center is the man. Around him is art installations, and around that is the camping area. And I have some pictures. Here is the layout of Black Rock City 2016. And here is an aerial view of the party itself. You can barely see, but in the center there is the man, and around it are the art exhibits. And to give you an idea of these art exhibits, I brought a couple to show you. Look how huge that is, how little the people are next to it. Here's one at night. Everything is more amazing at night. They glow. And here's a picture of the man this past year, 2016. Keep in mind that they burn all of these art exhibits, including the man, on the final day of the festival. There you go, passed around. Okay. Theme camps are the interactive core of Burning Man. Participants have been known to erect everything from circus tents to lavish nightclubs, giant rides like swings and seesaws, burlesque venues, hookah tents, and much more. A couple of the past theme camps have been the Academy of Art and Science that offer interactive classes teaching about science that's used to make art. There's the Alternative Energy Zone, which is a generator-free zone where they teach about solar and wind energy. The Lavender Lounge, which offers free massage and lavender spritzers. Mega Bounce House, speaks for itself. Rack 'em Up Pool Hall, and I could go on and on all day. The only form of transportation in Black Rock City is art cars, also known as mutant vehicles. They take you around to the art exhibits and come in a wide variety, from giant ships to party buses, giant insects. I brought a couple pictures. Giant chickens. Giant sharks. You name it, someone has made it. Really, really amazing art creations. So now let's consider the 10 principles. The 10 principles are basically the ideas that Burning Man was founded upon. Number 1, radical inclusion. Anybody can participate in Burning Man. Strangers are welcomed and respected. 2, gifting. Burning Man is devoted to acts of gifting. The value of a gift is unconditional. Gifting does not contemplate a return or an exchange for something of equal value. Number 3, decommodification. In order to preserve the spirit of gifting, we're unmediated by commercial sponsorships, transactions, or advertising, and we are prepared to protect our culture from such exploitation. Number 4 is radical self-reliance. Burning Man encourages the individual to discover, exercise, and rely on his or her inner resources. 5, radical self-expression. Radical self-expression arises from the unique gifts of the individual as it is offered as a gift to others. Number 6, communal effort. Our community values creative cooperation and collaboration. Number 7, civic responsibility. Community members who organize events should assume responsibility for public welfare, communicate civic responsibilities to participants, and adhere to local, state, and federal laws. Number 8 is leave no trace. Our community respects the environment, and we are committed to leaving no physical trace of our activities wherever we gather, and endeavor to leave such spaces in a better condition when we leave, whenever possible. Number 9 is participation. It says, our community is committed to a radical participatory ethic. We believe that transformative change can only occur through the medium of deeply personal participation. Everyone is invited to play. Everyone is invited to work. And number 10 is immediacy. Immediate experience, in many ways, is the most important touchstone of value in our culture. We seek to overcome barriers that stand between us and recognition of our inner selves, the reality of those around us, participation with society, and contact with the natural world. No idea can substitute for this experience. These principles have inspired festival goers so the effects of the principles are basically that people want to forget about branding and business and money and greed, and the greed that comes with it. And for 1 week, humanity is not divided into quantifiable bits suitable for trading. Zach Ciravello, the Burning Man Media Relations Coordinator, said that the Burning Man community is inspired to create, participate, and celebrate in a world without many of the conventional restrictions of the modern paradigm. Through exploring the values of the 10 principles, the Burning Man community has become a do-ocracy, where the individual is empowered to directly participate in their surroundings to make the world the way they want it to be, whether the world is Black Rock City or the urban environment in which they live. He goes on to say that the gifting community is a demonstration of a shift of conventional thinking from a scarcity mindset towards an abundance mindset, where people recognize they have enough and want to put their energy towards bettering of the community, as opposed to a betterment of only the self. Burning Man has spawned a cultural revolution with its principles and art, with its communitarian ethos and anti-commercial philosophy. It makes a lasting impression on people. They have transformative experiences and can't go back to their old ways of living. Today, there are nearly 50 burns across the world. There's Africa Burn in South Africa, Mid-Burn in Israel, Burning Seed in Australia, and Borderland in Scandinavia. Because of Burning Man, festivals have become more participatory and immersive and interactive, and it's believed that more festivals are adapting the principles established by Burning Man because a fulfilled, more purposeful existence is becoming more desirable in a world where people are realizing that working harder and harder for greater accumulation is not necessarily the answer. Burning Man is a new breed of festival that offers transformative experiences for the attendee. It's grown exponentially from its humble beginnings with it's amazing, and with its principles, it has become cultural phenomena and continues to influence festivals across the world. So I'd like to conclude by painting a little picture of the final day of the festival. I have a final couple pictures. This is one right before they burn the man, and all the fire spinners are gathering in the middle and all the people are around. And here's one of one of the burns. It's really a fantastic thing to see. Sunday night, the final night of the festival, tens upon tens of thousands gather around the effigy. Everyone is connected in this sea of diversity, and you feel oddly at home as the man goes up in flames. He becomes a roaring inferno and seems to burn away walls and facades you have created. Your problems are burning away within his blazing man, leaving you renewed and connected with the family of your new best friends, 50,000 strong, and they were right. You will never be the same again. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a really great night or day.